The Butler County Times, $1.50 late edition, Sunday, December 6, 1998. Butler, Pennsylvania, trusted for over 100 years. The root trees are dead. What happened? The plane crashed last night near Pittsburgh. The only passengers were Carl Roottree, his wife Brenda, and their 3 daughters, known as the Roottree sisters. Carl Roottree was the president of the Roottree Candy Company, and it's not clear who will succeed him. So far, local police are not sure what caused the crash. They are calling it one of the most deadly plane crashes in Pennsylvania's history. All passengers and crew perished. Damn. Pittsburgh is generally known for pleasant flying conditions, and the weather was not atypical for this time of year. We do not know much at this time, but our sources tell us that local authorities do not suspect terrorism. The crash did not cause any local property damage, and unfortunately nobody outside the plane was hurt. Funeral plans have not been announced, but you can be sure that the Butler County Times will cover it to the best of our abilities. A spokesperson for the company has asked that people respect the families, yada yada yada. Okay. The incident at Galley House. Oh, it's a new game. They're making a new game. I clicked it. It's coming out this year. Looks cool. But let's play this one first. The root trees are dead. Root tree mania. This mystery will unlock once you finish The Root Trees Are Dead. It's like Sonic Mania. Alright, let me... How do I want to best do this? Like that, maybe? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. The root trees are dead. Slot 1. The root trees are loading. Yeah, maybe it was I thought maybe it was a DLC or something. Long ass load though. Starting up. Is this supposed to be taking place on like an old computer or something? December 6th, 1998. That's the day the newspaper came out.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh
Oh my God,
is now known
awesome.
to be the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers.
Oh, they're like Mary Kate and Ashley.
There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Aura. It's fucking cool as hell.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees Company's lawyers are scrambling.
Who am I?
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were. I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow, they really just throw you right in. Sleuth. Alright, complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Oh my god, look at, there's so many things to click. Spouse. Dude, holy shit. So it could be any of these names. Okay, well, I already know. I can search Roottree. Candy Roottree. Is that why they made it a candy company? I guess I don't know the names of the Roottrees sisters. I actually don't know anything yet. Oh, and one of them is married. Okay, examine my evidence. Got milk picture. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters' Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating." Bars. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it. Okay. Oh, shit. What did I do? I clicked on them, and little pictures popped up. I can move it around. I could probably like have multiple evidences. Yeah, hopefully those will show up. Hopefully that's like a Chekhov's gun situation. The mustaches will come into play. This list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. So it's just a bunch of names. Okay. I'm with it. Those are my two evidences. Welcome.txt. Welcome to the information superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Bless you. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high resolution images. Isn't it crazy this was less than 20 years ago? Wrong. 30 years ago? Yes. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new history feature. Happy surfing, and remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are inedible. Do not try to eat your computer. You have no notifications, no documents. It's 7:03. It's 9:03. So it's... Where are we? We're in, like, Chicago or something. Actually, the newspaper said, didn't it? I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Spider search. Dude, I love these clicky sounds. Pro tip, you can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Sorry, this text can't be highlighted. Try not to search result instead. You got me. Okay. Let's go with root tree sisters. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Root Tree Sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Root Tree fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. This is hinting at, like, there's gonna be some hidden words in here somewhere. Also, hold on. Let's try something like this. I'm just not looking at that, so I could just do this and then do like that. Yeah. And then like this. And then like this. Okay. But the young webmaster writes, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. Oh my god, this is exactly the intel that I need. But Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child like me. So, highlight. Oh my god, fucking cool. What? Wow, that is really cool. Okay, so wait, I already want to go back to the board. I know it's early, but I want to try. So you got married to TMS. I'm gonna assume, cancel me, bro. I'm gonna assume she married a man. TMS. So it'd be a last name, Thomas Sheridan. Actually, this is the only one that fits the bill anyway, so it's got to be Thomas Sheridan. And then, how do I view my notes? How do I view my notes? Currently playing music. Settings. Hints? No. Notebook. There we go. What is it? F5? Weird. What's home? Oh, shit. Okay, this is a little Five Nights at Freddy's for me. Riot Girl. Interesting. The Notorious Montjoys. Interesting. These are like old people. I wonder what the purpose of that is. Maybe there isn't. It's just decoration. I feel like this is all going to come into place somehow. All right. Cool. And then this puts me back on the computer, which keeps my page up. Wait, why is it still 703? It should be 707. The computer's frozen. The computer's broken. Okay. So, hold on. Wait, no, sorry. I want to keep experimenting for a second. So, can I... What's up with these? Can I do something with those? No, I can't do anything with these yet, but I want to. I want to like assign names to these, but I guess I can't tell who's the oldest and who's the middle and who's the youngest from this picture. So, okay, fine. I'll go back to the computer. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company and their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. I think I already knew her name was Brenda. They do the modeling for her brand Root. Oh shit. Brenda has a brand. I eat Root Tree candy all the time. My favorites are maple crisps. And try to dress in plaid Root. Clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Okay. Okay. I would love to... Oh, wait. I could do it here. Okay. I still don't know... Wait, yes I do. I can do this. So hold on. You have your ears pierced. So you are Rose. Rose is the middle child? Who spells Rose like this? Excuse me? What? Dude, Rose is a nickname, huh? They're really fucking with me. Okay, I gotta do some more research. I don't know shit. Get her out of here. Okay. The website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. This is so interesting. So, like, what if I do root tree? The first 2 pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, there are countless advertisements, conversations about various products by the can company. Most articles mention Carl Roottree, who was the president of the Roottree Can Company. His daughters are also eulogized. Okay. So what if I do like... Okay, fine. So it is just like they have every relevant search term mapped out. Like what if I did mother? No. What if I did mom? Okay, so it's pretty specific. You can't just... So if I do Brenda, what? Brenda Roottree. Sorry, the fucking banger is playing. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White original. The auction describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottree and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold... That's pretty good. I was like, hold up. Nice. Okay. So we have to do Rose Roottree. Rose Roottree is not as popular as her older sister Raina, but still very well known. Most of the time they're lumped together as the Roottree sister. Unfortunately, results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. If someone is in the list of names your employer provided, doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make a note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines that you don't recognize and search for them. These searches will help directly. Even when they don't, you'll get additional context. Okay. I'm just going to make a meta note about this one. Good research tip is to make note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines. Okay. So let's go with Root. Root, the period is part of the name, is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you can find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You spied the Roottree sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina." You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984. So for 14 years. And Raina appeared on almost all of them. Seems relevant. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. Ha! I knew it. Okay. The site says it's the only time a daughter was listed with a birth name Carly Roottree. I'm just gonna throw it in the notes, bro. Oh my god, and I can like name the pages. Okay, and then reorder notes. Drag and drop notes. You can drop notes onto other pages. Oh my god, so fucking cool. So we'll make this like meta tips, because maybe I'll like come up with ideas or something. I don't know, but we're gonna move this. Wait, reorder notes. Move you to here. Oh my god, this game is pretty sick. Okay. And then can you copy notes as well? Yeah. Epic. Okay. So then this is clearly about the Root Tree sisters. And then maybe I can build pages for each different kind of relative, like, each different party, person of interest, right? I could probably start building one on Brenda here, but I'm not going to do what I don't need to do. Okay, so occupation is crazy. Unless they're all just models. They are all just models, huh? Dude, I'm really enjoying the music here. Okay. So Raina is the one that's married. Raina. And you're married to TMS. Taco Bell Security. And then what did that other thing say? Okay, so no, get out of here. Move. Show me the got milk picture. Move it over here. Can I move my notebook? Please, please, please. I'm freaking out. Okay, you're wearing plaid, so you must be wearing Root. Who wears Root? Riley. And Riley is the youngest. You are Riley. And you are Carly. With the ears pierced. Oh. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. It's fucking Return of the Obra Dinn, bro. You've also locked the following optional entry. Oh, I see. Oh my god, dude. Pretty cool.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Nice.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The root trees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional. But filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable root trees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okay, bye. What?
Sorry, one last...
Whoops.
I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, damn. Bro, they really just throw the whole thing at you and say, here you go. Alright, 3 out of 9 for the person who Heidi returns. Every time we get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree, completely correct name, occupation, and portrait, they will be locked in. Gerson, have you played this game? All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Okay. You got filtered? How much time did you put in it? You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have it been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Don't forget, family trees use surnames from birth even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Like 3 hours? Damn. Did you get to 9? I mean, like... This is obviously Carl Roottree. And he is a CEO. And he's married to Brenda. Huh. Huh. I was actually searching the database and going through it all. Search sites and programs and cosmetics users a lot. I know, but it seems fun. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to start a family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources, including a list of notable Roottrees. So this would be the easiest way to place. They said they were returning. Okay, so this is just what happened. This is a list of notable Roottrees. The person who hired you gave this list to everyone can be found easily via your search engine. Any entry on the family tree that belongs to someone on the list will be marked as starting notable Roottrees are crossed out. Okay. Easy to find online. What the hell? Deep breath. You've been in this line of work for a long time. So long, in fact, you developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells. A list of famous people that you can find via search engine is pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to lists and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored and armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it leads to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge part of the puzzle. Okay. So it's saying, hey, fucking pay attention to this. Alright, we gotta do some reading on Carl. This is an advertisement for 5 pieces. 1 piece? 5 pieces aimed at kids for the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Oh, this is Roottree candy. This looks pretty good. Cool chocolate, bad blue raspberry, so strawberry, power plum, and awesome apple. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why kids still love them. Radical new flavors because it's no longer the 1920s. What even is an elderberry anyway? Okay. $1920. The candy was founded in 1908, so this is like a pretty. This is gonna be like somewhere in here. They were really trying to rebrand the Roottrees. All right, here we fucking go. Oh, what in the hell? Oh my god. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Carl Roottree. Carl Roottree died. You know what? I wasn't expecting to have to talk so much. Died in the recent plane crash along with his wife Brenda Roottree and their daughters, the Roottree sisters. He was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. He co-founded. There's a short press release that the Roottrees Candy Company released today to news organizations. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottree sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottree family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of those accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Can I, like... Here we go. There we go. Okay. Watchman of the Year. New periodical added Business Watch. What? Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. The cover and a summary of the article has been added to your evidence. Whoa, dude. It just auto... hubba, hold on. Huh. Okay. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover of the magazine Business Watch. Wait, I should note this down. So let me open my notebook and then add a page, and I'll call this page Magazine Brands. I'm gonna get as granular as I can, just so I don't forget to come back to that. This is a magazine for and about corporate leaders and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work on the Roottree Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. There's a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. I'm like, do I make a page on Brenda? Maybe I can throw her on Carl's page. Oh fuck, my computer is low on battery. Okay, we're good. Dude, is that why the game was like low-key laggy? I thought it was just part of the style. Hang on, let me try like dragging some of this evidence around now. Oh my god. Dude, that's really funny. So let's rename this to Carl and Brenda. Because I just can't do every character right. So let's just do this. She spent every time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin Jim Roottree. Oh shit. Dude, I didn't even get to read the... Oh my god, dude. What in the fuck? By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands, seeing the demand Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr., who just became president of Roottree at the time, spearheaded Root. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. What? That's fucked. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became the catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Wow. It's a pretty interesting story. So, Watchman of the Year. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEO, and the economy. There's a lot of text in this game. They've been out for over 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that 2 roottrees have been featured as Watchman of the Year: Elias Roottree and Carl Roottree. Business Watch does not host any online archives on any site you can find via spider search, though you may be able to find individual articles and issues through your periodical search. Elias Roottree was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936. Dude, the music is really doing something. Elias Roottree was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out five pieces. Holy fucking shit. Notes from the article and a scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Wow, he is way more chopped than Carl. 1,000%. Elias Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936. A painting of him appears on the cover. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. Inside the article is a timeline of 5 pieces. Huge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Elias. Throw that in there. Elias, okay, so 1908, Elias runs Roottree Candy Company. Oh my god, he's the founder? Oh, okay. Okay. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children, 4 more to follow, leading to 1922. Elias invents 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. Yep. 5 pieces are first sold in some Pittsburgh markets, then they're rolled out to all of New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. The Roottree Candy Company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for their global rollout. With the help of his son Elias Roottree Jr.'s architecture firm, what? He had his first kid in 1909. And then by 35, so that's 26 maximum 26-year-old has a architecture firm. A new industrialized factory and warehouse are built in Butler County. Production is tripled and worldwide distribution begins. There's also a What's Next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottree Candy Company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the Clanst Trust. Okay, we have to fucking Google that. We can at the very least go here. What? I can't see. Oh, you piece of shit. I mean, it's got to be the OG, right? And he was the CEO. Or is there a founder? I'm going with CEO. And he looks... I didn't grab his face. I need to go grab Carl's face, too. There we go. There you are, bro. There you are, bro. Okay, I just need one more. It's 34. That's fun. Little diegetic way to tweak your volume. Password. Dead. The roottrees are dead. Oh, it just turns on a little chiptune song. Fun. Alphabet Davis in the erased names of the Genesis, Alphabet Davis's ends and beginnings, a young alphabet adventure, Family Doku, Alphabet Davis Reversus, and Alphabet Davis Secret Searcher. Couldn't tell you. Okay, I don't want this anymore. Thank you. Okay. Let's get this Elias one out. And then I need to do Jim root tree. Let's look up Jim. Or no, wait, I want to do the, what was it called? The Clanced Trust. Clanced Trust. Clanced Trust? Clanced. The Clanced Trust is a highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the Roottree Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Okay. So, copy. New. Clancy Edward Roottree. Okay. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth and first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never been fully disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. The Clancy Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances written into it. Still, there have been a few situations in which family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecture talk about the Rootrees versus RR in 1994. Do I have just like a general... Oh wait, I didn't even see this. Okay. These are the Roottree sisters. Can I just do like general come back to this type shit? Like I need to look that up later. What was the other thing I needed to look up? Oh, the Clancy Trust. Alright, but I am immediately going to go do, while looking into the Clancy Trust, you often find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. The 5-piece guarantee. Me when I go to Raising Cane's. 5-piece guarantee in combination with the Clancy Trust was Elias Rootree's attempt to ensure that the Roottree Candy Company would remain a family business for eternity. In isolation, it is somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Rootree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. What? The yearly salary of Rootree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. Combined with the Clancy Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be the president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. I don't understand. Whether or not this is a smart, successful decision is widely debated online and in person by economic enthusiasts of all levels of expertise. So, hold on, I need to go back. I see. Oh, I see. So this is saying every blood relative gets this trust. And the president of the root tree company is not going to get paid a lot of money. So no one else is going to want to come do it. That's the 5-piece guarantee. Your salary is $4. So the only people who would stand to benefit from the company doing very well are the people who have this trust account. And of course, they're going to want it to do well because it already does well. Like they already have a lot of money. So no one's going to want to like stop. Wow, that's kind of manipulative. So interesting. Okay. Isn't that so crazy? Like, this dude was so obsessed with his legacy. Legacy is so cringe. Not to be too current events, but like, caring about putting your name on shit is so cringe. Other people should put your name on things because you know, did something amazing, not because you like wanted your name to be on something. It's so cringe. All right, I have to look up fucking Jim. Is it Jim? Let's just try Jim. James Roottree is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. Here we go. It's a new one. Wait, what printed? Oh my god. Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottree could make a disco this sweet. Rolling On Down to the City was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and civil unrest in the Middle East unless pop culture tricked them into caring. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay enough attention to lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of it came from roller discos. It's Hey Ya, bro. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Oh my god, there is.
We're rolling on down to the sea.
I literally was just noticing that as you said it.
Saturday night and you're quite a sight. The world might be burning, but I'm feeling right. Making ends meet, so they rent and we can't afford gas, so we skate in the streets. Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight.
Alright, I'm gonna let this play for a second. I'll be right back. I have to get my laundry. Be right back. Here, wait, do I have text I can use?
On wheels we glide with you by my side.
Inflation is rising and so is our pride.
Pick our own fate, make love not hate.
They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Politicians at large are hopeless.
The bankers in charge are all clowns.
The party's so better than protest.
So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down.
Guys all rush to say that I'm pretty.
Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city.
Okay, I'm back. Damn, it's like a multi-second delay. I thought I had it on like low concurrency mode, or what's it called? Low latency mode. Stream settings. Yeah, it's on ultra low latency. Maybe YouTube just doesn't have it like Twitch do. Has it been noticeable? Is it like stream killing? Why is there no good live streaming website, bro? Maybe I should just go to Kick. Alright. You don't think it's been that bad? Alright, well. Okay. I'm about to hit my third. He's the great-grandson. Wait, didn't it say it was his brother, actually, now that I think about it? Where's Carl at? Oh, Carl's cousin. So... it is one of these guys. It's one of these three. And we know that he's a notable. Oh, totally. Thanks, bro. That's him. That's James. And he is a singer, bro. What? Artist. He is a dancer. He is a musician. He is a... what? Okay, so then... you must not be a CEO. Hang on, I'm reclining right now. I'm getting into focus mode. Is there just like a better one than CEO? Also, wait, where's my... oh, here it is. Let's fucking go. Let's actually go. Brenda White. Booyah. Okay. So you are Diamond. Nope. Fingers are on the wrong keys. My apologies. And I don't know shit about your kids. I don't know shit about your kids. Wow. There really are like whole branches to go down, huh? Genealogy for dunces. For dunces. Well, I can always go back to the notable names. Wait, I didn't even finish reading this, did I? Oh wait, did I even finish reading the... no, I didn't. Because the image is from an auction for a sealed copy. As the sticker says, only the great-grandson of the Eli... yeah, okay. It is credited to Peter Janowitz from MMM. Let's go ahead and throw that in the general things to look up and come back to. Okay. That's all I needed. I was not done. There was one more thread I wanted to pull. Ernie Jr. He was a president, so we gotta look him up. I'm just looking to see if there's any other reason to hang on to this. I think I'll move this note. Or can I copy it? I'm gonna copy it over to Carl's page. Or over to I don't have a page for Jim, do I? Okay, maybe I don't need one. Maybe this will just stay here. It's fine. Okay. Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. What? Ernie Jr. was a former president of the Root-Tree Candy Company. He seemed to directly precede Carl Root-Tree, and one website says he was even Carl's mentor. He was apparently very successful as president, but is not so much as a public figure. He was rarely seen in public and stepped down due to an illness in 1996. He's since passed away. Ernie is dead. Okay. So nothing on Ernest right now. I'm not gonna bother saving this because I have enough other threads. He'll come back up, I'm sure. Okay, that's the last of that. Now, let's check this out. I paste. So wait, context. Oh yeah, okay. You find very few details about this particular incident with regards to the Clancy Trust. A student that attended the lecture about it wrote the following on Legal Oddity's website. From what you can tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted two arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock. Oh my god. And second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clancy Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Root-Tree without completely dissolving the trust. That is so interesting. Unless you kill him. This is an interesting mystery, dude. Okay, so nothing really there. And then let's look up Peter Janowicz. Peter. Oh, there's nothing about him except for this. Peter Janowicz seemed to be a music critic. You find a mention on the website about the band. But I'm interested in this. New periodical added. Previous for Modern Music Monthly, a magazine from the 40s to the early 80s. It went out of business due to high competition from much more major publications. Okay. Because he made music, right? So. A review and interview from 1979. A reluctant hitmaker, Jim goes into his first band. Hold on, I just want to see if James puts up the same thing. No. Okay. This is so cool. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C&J and J&D with my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpop insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand. This is probably a girl. That's just what I'm thinking. Cousin Clark. Diamond and Jane were actually sisters. So the four of us had a cutesy family band thing going on, not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her younger sister. Oh wait, no. Never mind. I knew that was coming. Everything exploded, no more family band. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music, but even then we never agreed on what it should be. He was always more interested in catchy tunes, something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but that wasn't my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. Wait, is Roland the... Yeah. It's funny to say I'm trying to make art when you made that song. For most of the decade... I don't mind saying this because he'd agree for the decade he was a mess. He's a lot happier now. He started Raffer Tunes. He's a much better jingle writer than songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client, and that's also how my father was connected to Roottree. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay. So, Raffer Tunes. Sick. Sick. A website about Raffer Tunes. Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. He took her name? On it, there's an about page, and you can find a picture labeled the inspiration for the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Below that, in more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children, and when his wife was trying to get his youngest, Katrina, to calm down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottree Super Bowl ad. The photo is now in your evidence. You found this photo on the Raffer Tunes website. It was labeled the inspiration for the famous ad campaign. Okay. So. Wait. I thought this was Clark, but if they split up... Oh. Wait. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Why is it Rafferty LaRue's? LaRue? Why would I don't understand. Anyway. So I don't know who this wife is. Anyway, he's a jingle maker. He is a advertising? I haven't really filled anyone else in yet though, so it's not like I'm gonna know. Sorry, I keep hitting my microphone like a buffoon. Just checking my phone. Oh my god, I did it again. I just can't stop hitting that damn thing, bro. Okay. That was fun. I learned about Clark. Let's go all the way back to this. Alright, I got a lot. What's up, SSB Seal? I need to get Gwyneth. So let's do that. Go to my Google. Gwyneth. Nope. Gwyneth root tree. Printed. You find some information on a website for the first Anderson maple farm. Okay, hold up. I just want to see if that pulls anything up. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I shouldn't have done this. Wait, is this actually the same thing? Yes, it's the same. Okay, so Gwyneth, before she married Elias, she was Gwyneth Anderson. I'm going to go ahead and throw her in the Elias section. Elias and Gwyneth. The OGs. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson maple farm so long as she married. Before Elias took over, the farm only produced syrup. It was supposedly Elias' idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to 5 pieces, which are still found in stores to this day. Though the Root Tree Candy Company expanded well beyond the original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1900s. Your name is Gwyneth Anderson, and you are a fucking housewife. I do not have a picture of you, though. Except, now I do. This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Root Tree. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Root Tree Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you found searching the internet, it was quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Elias and Gwyneth are the notable root trees. Okay, yeah. Okay. There you are. And then I can add this additional photo to Elias. Alright, so I have 2. I need 1 more to lock that in. Let's go back to my names. Gwyn Root Tree. Dark Souls boss. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwyn Root Tree is a somewhat well-known actress who was active around the 1950s. She appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie They Not Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes of one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know trivia? Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Root Tree, founder of the Root Tree Candy Company. She shouldn't have been named Root Tree, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Gwyn Root Tree is a granddaughter who shouldn't have the name. And she's notable. Gwyn. Actor. Okay, so what's wrong? Is it Clark? I have Clark wrong? That's why he's named Rafferty. You were a housewife, Gwyneth Anderson. So you're something else. Musician? Retail? Screenwriter? No. Travel agent? I don't want to just click. He had kids? What do you mean? Yeah, that's him. He's got kids. All the way down. Children. He's got multiple children, actually. I'm assuming those are his kids from the latest. He's definitely a cousin. Whatever, I'll just grab a different guy. I'm confident about those. Red root tree. Aloysius Herring Roottree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served at what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position in the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. But he's starred. Why is he on this name of... Oh, it was a red fucking herring. Oh, that's good stuff, bro. That is good stuff. You got me. You actually got me. Lauren Roottree. Author Roran Roottree, a distant relative of the Roottree sisters, is known for her book A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. When her publisher learned she'd been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in Court. I need to look that one up too. Hello, Blue Nugget 64. Whoops. Just gonna Google this one. Romance in Court is a book by Lauren Roottree. It's the first and most famous book called the Court Jester series. All 3 books in the series are about different romances but told via the same narrator. 2 other books are called Return to Court and New Romance in Court. Searching for them online yields few results. Okay. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Public Library. Lauren Roottree. A Life Between Wars. Oh my god, what in the fuck? Jesus, what? It seems you've hit the jackpot here. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. A summary of the contents of the book, photos, as well as particularly relevant entries from diary have been added to your evidence. A Life Between Wars notes. The 5 pieces, the next generation. I can't read it all out loud. I just can't do it. Lauren root tree. Okay, I can at least do this. Yeah, I'm definitely digging what's going on. Okay, so but I don't know where she is, you know. I don't blame you. I don't. Okay. She's marked with a star. She's marked with a star. So it's got to be... I think it's got to be her, right? Because she's divorced. Okay, one more time. Fuck. Does that mean one of these is wrong? Are you not a housewife, Gwyneth Anderson? I know you're not a travel agent. I think you're in advertising. Hold on. They mentioned an album called These Times. Hard Times. Hold up.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we.
They seem so happy.
Years, all paths diverge, rivers rambling, onward surge. One source behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. You drive
Okay.
morning clover.
Someone with the username XXX Diehard Dazzler XXX.
These times are ours for free.
There's one clue to be found off here.
We'll tell ourselves these stories older, dwell on warmth, ignore
Clark.
colder, probably yearn for what could
Is this Clark Rafferty?
rose tinted by youth's memory. So act as though these times ain't fleeting. Love still flows, our hearts heart beating. For now, ignore fate's destiny. Two roads that cross one's
Okay, she was married to Makeup. She was married to Makeup. Died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son Clark alone. Hold up, hold up, hold up. She was Lauren Rafferty. Dude, I've got Clark in the wrong place. You are not him. Unless... No, it is you. Because you had Jacob who died. We've done it. She's right here. What the fuck? What? I don't know what this means. Okay, never mind. She's over here. I can do this. Bro, literally how? Does that mean that you're over here? Bro, I'm actually gonna lose my mind. How are none of these right? Although, it doesn't show him having kids on this. Oh. Is this it? Okay. There we go. Oh. Yes. This game is pretty fucking cool. Booyah.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s root tree reunion. I also found some important looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far.
Oh, man. There's so much stuff. I wasn't even I barely even began going through this. Okay, wait, so who did I lock? You, and you. So yeah, you need to move over here. You're coming back over here, bro. Okay. Jacob. Oh, man. I'm not done. Oh, dude, I'm actually stupid. Dude, if I just kept reading. Never remarried and only had one child. By skimming the pages of the diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwen on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who shows first to us Pop, was the head lawyer. And helped write a legal document called the Clanted Trust. It's clear from the context of the root trees of internal shorthand names for different generations of family. The 5 pieces are the first generation of children. Lauren's father was in this generation. Yes, he was. The next generation, the free spirits. Okay, hold on. Clancy Edward Roottree. Okay. Aunt Margot. Starlet seems relevant. Throw that in the general things to get back to. Okay. Understood. She's a little bitter. Holy shit. I'm just reading. Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Okay, that's not helpful. And Angie's older than Zach. Could probably get rid of the Root Tree sisters, right? I've already ID'd them. I don't need to keep this page anymore. Right? Like, once I've ID'd them, I can kind of just let them go. And I can probably get rid of this, too. I have just like a general get back. I'm just trying to clean up. But I'll throw this in here. Angie and Zach. It did say earlier, old paths might reveal new stuff. That's true. That's true. Whatever. I'm doing my best. Ugh. Oh, I thought this said including the Miracle Boys. This is too much. I can't do this. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. There's 16 in here, bro. Clark's first marriage. Wait. Oh. This wasn't his first marriage. This is Jane LaRue. I don't have her picture. This is Danielle. Clark, you dog. Or maybe this is Jane LaRue down here. Whatever. They both have 2 kids, so I don't know who has twins. All right. It's just a lot of stuff, you know? So I'll get back to this later. I don't know if I'll stream the rest of it though. But I'm glad I at least got to check it out on the stream. See you next time for even more gaming fun. Bye-bye.